After a lengthy discussion, we decided to get a divorce. The moment I signed the divorce papers and was about to leave, Carter said something unbelievable. "So, where's my alimony in the divorce settlement?" The cause of the divorce? Carter's infidelity in the first place. In other words, Carter was the one at fault. Yet, he had the audacity to ask, "Where is my alimony in the divorce settlement?" It seems Carter genuinely believes he's entitled to alimony. Divorcing him just isn't enough. I'm going to corner this fool for good. My name is Mia. I'm 28. I have a husband whom I married 2 years ago. His name is Carter. We met at a company-sponsored party. I work for a fairly large company that owns several subsidiaries. 4 years ago, this party was held, and that's when I happened to meet Carter. Ironically, I'm an executive at the corporate headquarters, a successful career woman. Carter, on the other hand, is a staff member at a small branch of subsidiary. Naturally, my income is much higher, modestly put, about 3 times that of Carter. When we started dating, Carter was quite concerned about this. "Do you think a staff member like me is a good match for someone like Mia?" "Carter, I don't worry about things like that. But still, I feel inadequate as a man." "So, are you going to give up on our future just because of that?" "I love you, Mia, but I might cause you hardships." "If we become a family, supporting each other is a given, right? Even now, you're supporting me, Carter." "Mia, yeah, you're right. I'll work hard for a promotion." And so, our relationship officially began. After about a year and a half of dating, we got married 2 years ago. Now, in our 3rd year of marriage, our relationship with Carter is still going strong. We openly express our love as a couple and had agreed to focus on our careers until we had children. One day, as routine would have it, after finishing work, I check my phone and see a text from Carter saying, "I'll be home late." He is apparently grabbing dinner on his own, so I decide to treat myself to a meal out before heading back. After showering, I'm lounging in the living room when I hear the door creak open. "Welcome home," I call from the couch. But as soon as I see him, it's clear something's off. Carter's face is like a dark cloud. I've never seen him this down before. Baffled, I hesitantly speak up. "Carter, what's going on? You look really down." Well, if something's up, you can tell me. We're a couple, after all." "Yeah, you're right. Since we are a couple, we need to talk." Carter nods as if making a difficult decision, then drops a bombshell. "Mia, I want a divorce." "Excuse me?" His words shake my voice involuntarily. I question my own hearing. Shocked by this out-of-nowhere revelation, I reply to Carter. "Hold on, wait! A divorce? Why all of a sudden?" "It's, differences in values, I guess." "What? You've never mentioned this before." "No, it's not that. I realize I'm just not right for you, Mia." "What are you talking about? When we started dating, we agreed that supporting each other as a family is a given, didn't we?" "Well, yeah, but..." Carter avoids eye contact, stumbling over his words. His behavior was nothing short of suspicious. He is definitely hiding something. Convinced of this, I confront Carter, raising my voice. "So, you're still dodging the issue? What are you talking about?" "It's weird, Carter. You suddenly want a divorce out of the blue? Differences in values? That's just an excuse. There's another reason, isn't there?" "That is..." "Enough! Just tell me already!" Tears brimming, I make my plea, and Carter shows an uncomfortable face. Realizing he can't keep hiding, he drops another bomb. She's pregnant. What? Pregnant? Who is? My girlfriend. Girlfriend? Whose girlfriend are you talking about? My girlfriend is pregnant. That's why I want a divorce. Carter's been cheating. Typically in dramas, you see wives wrapped in anger, grabbing their cheating husband by the collar or cursing them out the moment they found out. But I'm feeling none of that. Instead, my love for Carter cools instantly. My ability to make swift judgments, cutting off anything unnecessary, has contributed to my career growth. What's no longer needed should be discarded immediately. This decisive action has indeed fueled my ascent in the corporate world. This time, I labeled Carter as unnecessary in my life. That's all there is to it. Ignoring how I feel, Carter awkwardly peeks at my reactions. At this point, there is no turning back or rebuilding anything. Actually, I don't even want to rebuild. Taking a deep breath, I confronted Carter. So, let's get to the point, Carter. You want to divorce me, don't you? Yeah. Kids need a father, and I want to take responsibility for my girlfriend and our unborn child. You can't even stay faithful to one woman, and now you're talking about responsibility? Don't belittle me. I truly love her. Fine, got it. Then let's divorce. What? Carter, surprised by my quick agreement, eagerly asked, Really? Oh, so he really wants to divorce me that fast. I felt a bit hurt, but honestly, it doesn't matter anymore. In my mind, Carter is someone I've given up on. We vowed to love each other, and yet he cheated on me within 2 years. On top of that, he got his mistress pregnant. I despise him. If anything, I'd rather be the one to call it quits. I found myself wanting to cut ties as soon as possible. In order to get this ordeal over with quickly, I snap at Carter. To speed things up, I'll agree to the divorce, but we need to sit down and talk, all three of us, including your mistress. My girlfriend too? Obviously. I'll start preparing to move out. Let's meet at a cafe near the station in a week, okay? Yeah, got it. Great. That's settled then. Now, leave. Carter widened his eyes at my words for a moment. Realizing he had no grounds for objection, he quickly began making preparations to leave. Afterwards, I cancelled the apartment lease and started looking for a new place. Carter spent the intervening week sleeping at his mistress's apartment. A week later, the Carter I met looked oddly refreshed. I rolled my eyes at the sight of him entering the cafe, arm in arm with his mistress, showing no sign of remorse. Without caring about my reaction, Carter casually spoke. Sorry to keep you waiting. Have you been waiting long? I wasn't waiting. You're 15 minutes late. My apologies. Evelyn left something behind as we were leaving the house. Oh, Evelyn is her name, by the way. The woman Carter had an affair with looked at me and gave a slight nod. I gestured for them both to take a seat and began talking right away. So, you're pregnant with Carter's child, Evelyn. That's why Carter and I are getting a divorce, right? Yeah, I feel bad for Mia, but it's for the child. For the child, huh? You make it sound noble. But in the end, it was just an affair, right? I get it. Okay. That's why I said I'm sorry. You did say you're sorry, but if you were truly sorry, would you waltz in here arm in arm and late? What does that have to do with anything? Weren't you the one who agreed to the divorce? It was becoming clearer. Carter didn't think what he did was wrong. But getting upset about it now won't change anything. The divorce is final. I just want to get it over with as quickly as possible. I sighed and extended my hand to Carter. Do you have the divorce papers? Yeah, here. And you filled out your part, right? Of course. All that's left is for you to sign and submit it. All right, I'll sign it now. I took the envelope containing the divorce papers and spread them on the table. I signed my section. When I glanced up, Carter and Evelyn looked like a childish couple holding hands and gazing at each other. At this point, I'm beyond anger and irritation. I am dumbfounded. Why did I marry this man? I lament my poor judgment for a moment. Eager to leave, I tell Carter straightforwardly, I've signed it, so I'll go submit the divorce papers now. I began gathering my things and stood up. Then Carter hurriedly said, Wait a minute. I reluctantly asked, What now? Then Carter said something unbelievable. So, what about the alimony for me? What? Not what. What's the plan for the alimony you'll be paying me? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Alimony for him? What is he talking about? Did he just say, for me? How could he even think I owe him alimony? Although I'm annoyed by his insensitive remarks, I keep my composure because we are in a store. I take a deep breath to maintain my calm and respond to Carter. Why would I owe you alimony? Why? Because you make more money than me. So, because I make more money. Yeah, you've always made more than me. So, if we are getting divorced, you should be the one paying me alimony. Excuse me? I was at a loss for words at Carter's unbelievable reasoning. It looked like Evelyn was equally shocked as she stared at Carter in disbelief. When I pressed Carter for more details, it became clear he was operating under a major misunderstanding. He seemed to think that in a divorce, the person who makes more money has to pay alimony for the other. So, in Carter's mind, since I earn 3 times as much as he does, I would be the one paying alimony in the divorce court. I was stunned he didn't know the basic fact that the person at fault in the marriage is the one who pays alimony. Even more mind-boggling was that he cheated but somehow thought he would be the one to receive alimony. At this point, his delusion was almost applause-worthy. But jokes aside, there's no way I would ever pay alimony to a guy like this. Visibly disgusted but keeping my composure, I said, Are you okay in the head? What? Why would you say something like that? Just because you don't want to pay alimony? No, it's not about whether I want to pay or not. I will definitely not be the one paying. Huh? Don't you get it? The person who pays alimony is the one at fault, which is you. Me? Carter looked utterly confused, as if he couldn't process the situation. I glanced at Evelyn for support, and she nodded in understanding. Carter, turning pale, pulled out his phone. Divorce, infidelity, at fault, alimony. He started hastily typing these keywords and searching. After some reading, he let out a resounding, "This can't be," that echoed throughout the cafe. You almost have to admire stupidity of this magnitude. Then, in the cafe, Carter began to apologize. Wait, Mia. I get that I'm the one at fault, but I can't afford to pay alimony. Excuse me? You cheat and now you say you can't afford it? You know I don't make much. Mia, plus, we're about to have a baby. So what? That has nothing to do with me. How could you? Finally, realizing the gravity of the situation, tears filled Carter's eyes. He grabbed my shoulders and began to plead loudly, enough for others to hear. Mia, come on, what about us? What are you trying to say? We were so in love. Why are you asking for alimony now? Look, enough is enough. Mia, didn't you ever love me? Or were you cheating on me all along? Excuse me? Carter spouted nonsense, trying to twist the narrative into me being the cheater. At that point, any lingering sympathy I might have had for him vanished completely. At this point, I couldn't care less who was around. I glared down at Carter, raising my voice like never before. Seriously, Carter, get it together! What? Mia? Why should I pay you a dime in alimony after our divorce? It should be the other way around. You should be paying me. You cheat without a care and then have the audacity to say, pay me alimony because you make more money? Are you kidding me? Don't talk nonsense. Stunned by my outburst, Carter froze. I didn't stop there. You're not the one who should be asking for alimony. I am. I am claiming the maximum amount from you, and even from that woman you cheated with. I don't care if you two have a child or not. Fall from grace and make it a spectacular one, both of you. Having said my piece, I grabbed my bag and the divorce papers and left the cafe. I heard my name being called from behind, but I ignored it completely. Later, I submitted the papers to the city office, and my divorce with Carter was finalized. Thanks to my lawyer, I was able to claim alimony smoothly. I billed Carter for $30,000 and Evelyn for $10,000. They both begged for a reduction, but I shrugged it off. They had to borrow money from all sorts of places to pay me. Even with a child on the way, they ended up in debt. I cancelled the lease on our apartment and moved into a new home, telling no one the address. I explained the situation to my employer and requested a transfer. I was assigned to a branch near my new home. Now, I won't have to see Carter ever again. On the other hand, it seems Carter has successfully remarried Evelyn afterward. I heard he quit his job. Well, got fired is more like it. Though they talked about doing it for their coming child, their future doesn't look bright. Continuing the story, adding more interest to it, it turns out that one of Carter's co-workers happened to be in the same store where we had our divorce discussion. The co-worker apparently overheard the entire conversation and it became the talk of the office. Now, Carter is getting cold stares from everyone. Did you hear? He cheated and still asked his wife for alimony. Really? Disgusting. Stupid too. Poor wife. Yeah, he was like, she earns more, so she should pay me alimony. Crazy, huh? That's just unbelievable. Makes me sick. Eventually, Carter was encouraged to resign and is now juggling part-time jobs while looking for a new full-time position. Despite Evelyn being pregnant, he works from morning till night. Debt from the divorce settlement, future child support. Just imagining it totals up to a huge amount. Can Carter and his new family really bear the burden? Chances are happiness won't be coming their way anytime soon. But I don't pity them. They deserve to struggle. Though the divorce was a setback for me, I feel fortunate that it happened before kids were involved. From now on, I plan to invest both time and money in my own happiness.